people, blogs, I mean, really anything across the board, right?
Yeah, I always try to reference them because we've had people that have never heard of these networking events or just socials. So I don't want to take credit for saying that this is something new. Like we're trying to bring it to Rhode Island and Providence. Right. But yeah, we basically just fill the room with local radio stations, commercial, college, internet, promoters, venues, anybody related to music, photographers. It doesn't matter, and then just invite bands out. We don't charge a cover. We do an industry panel of that we'll just get up there and talk for, I don't know, a half hour to the crowd and let people network. So, and do people sell meat there? yeah. Actually, with flies.
I'm here for my meat business. But at the last social, there was a food component, and there were a lot of happy, hungry musicians there just tearing into it. I mean, you could tell
that was a success. That went well. We're learning as we go, so we're trying to make each event better, which is why this third one, which will be the last for the year, we found that the networking usually winds down by like 9:30, 10, and then people will go off to go to shows or whatever. So this third one, we're actually going to have bands perform at the end of the night.
Well, just to have more food at the end of the night.
That too, yeah. The food was a huge hit. We were shocked.
It was actually almost a little terrifying to see those musicians tear into that food.
Yeah, you could have lost a limb.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park tearing at a carcass. So
what's funny is when people came through the door and we said, because the food's the only thing we had to charge for, and it was like $3 all you can eat. You need a bracelet, obviously, and a lot of people were apprehensive walking through, like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to eat anything or whatever. Maybe I'll come back to you and get a bracelet. By the end of the night, the line out back, it just was nonstop. So yeah, and now we'll do that again.
And now, if you're going to go out to eat and then go to the social, you're covered, right?
Right. I mean, now you have no reason to leave. You have booze, food, and live music, and plus networking.
And that is what I like that you guys have done with the fact that you can, at the beginning of the night, talk and hear. We were talking about that at another event. I forgot what it was for. Is that the crowd that we had coming in? It would be the crowd that wants to hang out and talk and see some people that they haven't seen in a while. If you have a metal band or a punk band blaring that whole time, they're just going to go stand out in the smokers area anyway.
Right.
So I like the way that you guys have made it where that is a talking friendly atmosphere.
We try to just, for the most part, play music from the bands in attendance over the house system, if they turn in the CD, and then just have some acoustic performances. Low enough so people can still chat and network and all that fun stuff.
So, now, this may be an obvious question, but how is it in the history of Providence rock and roll that you were the first guy to decide to step forward and do this thing? I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
The first one, again, we didn't know what to expect, so to take a step back and see, it's open to all genres, so to see, metal bands and indie bands and just everybody in the Providence and Boston, and people came from Connecticut, just New England, all in one room like that. It definitely felt good to see it actually come together.
And I had seen some people down there that I haven't seen in years that I didn't even know were still doing music-related stuff.
Right.
So that was cool. There were probably, for my taste, too many hippies. I would have liked to seen more punks and more heavy metal dudes. But
that's a difference this time around, too. All our promoting last time was social media. We did Facebook, Twitter, our .com, stuff like that. This time we're going to be flyering, so I want to target different groups. We'll go out to metal shows.
Well, maybe next time you could have a quota on hippies.
Yes, turn away hippies.
Fifth one through the door, like, sorry.
You know what? I will personally turn away the hippies for you if that's what you want to do.
We need staff, so if you want to work the door and turn away hippies, go ahead.
No, don't turn away the hippies. I need something to lube up my guillotine blade. Let them come in. Let me move the blade in there.
Unless they offer me baked goods, then possibly we might be able to barter, but until then, I don't know. So I'm going to spin a few more tunes, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the specific event where people will be playing at platforms in just a few weeks' time. But before that, I have no idea what I have queued up. How could I forget? I have X queued up, one of the defining bands of my youth, and the name of this track is I'm Lost. Some X right here on the Tony Jones Show. I'm Lost, off of the album See How We Are. I can't even begin to tell you how many people have said to me, see how you are? The Tony Jones Show continues as we unfortunately wrap things up. George Garner is my co-host. Chuckles the Klown in studio. Davey Moore, Satellites Fall, Midday Records. And Satellites Fall have a new single coming out, or a new single that just came out?
It's coming out.
It's coming out. It's
right.
on its way.
Yeah. Well, we had an early release when we joined the Rock Hunt. That's been on BRU for a while, but we went back to the track and spent more time on it. So we're going to debut it on Tuesday, and then it will be available online.
So if they heard it the first time, it's been remixed,
completely remixed,
gussied up, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, yeah. The first one was admittedly rushed. So yeah.
That's
a word. Admittedly, I have to enunciate.
See, I could see, and I don't think that a lot of bands would say, "Well, it's already been out there." So, but I like the idea of, it wasn't keeper, right?
It wasn't anywhere else though. It was released in one place. They played it a few times, and it hasn't been available for download or purchase or anything like that. So, because we were unhappy. But yeah, so we have that on Tuesday, and then on Friday we're at the FET Ballroom with Sick Puppies and 10 Years. So people should come out to that. Obviously,
a basement that they stock with Narragansett beer.
Yeah,
remember we played there, and I drank all the beer on the touring band Calabrese.
You did, didn't you?
They finished up their set, hot and sweaty and thirsty. They went down there for a couple cold ones. Empty fridge via Tony Jones.
Yep. By the time they went on, most of the crowd had left on them. And
the cooler was empty.
Then they got downstairs, and yes, the beer had left on them too.
I'm a jerk.
I would definitely be pissed off at that situation.
I'm going to admit to something worse. We were there for something unrelated from performing. Like we were at FET for a whole other event, and we're at the bar drinking and stuff. And then we cut through to go to the back patio area. And it occurred to me, I'm like, there's sometimes beer down in that fridge down there. Maybe there's some left over from the last show here. So I quickly ran down there, 3 beers in there. I came up, I'm like, hey guys, this round's on me.
That's great. I'm going to remember that next time I go to FET.
I just said it over to you.
It was a funny story. Last time you were in the Rock Hunt there, Mr. Jones.
Which we won, by the way.
Yes, which you did win.
Congrats.
I did get warned to stay out of that refrigerator because they thought I was with the band.
Oh, they thought you were the one taking all the beer.
And they told me to stay out of it. So now I know why.
So tell us real quick about what's going down August 16th, and how were the bands selected for that?
We had a online voting process. So, as I mentioned, the next Midday Social will have bands perform at the end of the night. So we figured we'd have 2 bands because we're not going to have that much time come 10 o'clock.
Right.
One band that we choose a headline, and then an opening act. And hopefully a lot of the influential people like yourself will stick around. So these bands might be performing in front of a whole bunch of radio stations, promoters, stuff like that. So we had an online contest, and we chose the top 8 bands, which includes bands like Fly Kite Canvas, 610 Connector, CAD, Jessica Prouty Band, a whole bunch of amazing bands. They'll be competing on August 16th in front of Scarpetti from HJY, Mark Clarkin from Motif Magazine, and Denny from General Assembly. The winner of that event will be the opening band for the next Midday Social.
So you kind of get to, if you win, double dip as far as playing for industry insiders.
Exactly. In the spirit of networking, whether you win or not, you still perform in front of Scarpetti and Motif Magazine and all that stuff. So, exactly.
And is this breaking new ground for platforms? Have they had any kind of performances like this inside there? Or is this...
They've had performances, but we're bringing in some sound and stuff like that. Yeah.
So if anybody's little, because Rhode Island's weird, people get nervous about new places. Really easy to get to. I mean, if you come to Providence, you can find platforms. It's not. Yeah. You're not going to kill
if you know where the strip clubs are, yeah.
Most
people do.
Oh, I'm good.
If you're familiar with the Rhode Island's red light district, or if you sell scrap metal, you can find this establishment. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
How do people get a hold of you? And Chuckles, how do people get a hold of you?
Easiest way to get a hold of me, networking through Facebook, Chuckles the Klown, or you can look me up at Yahoo, Chuckles and Laugh Show.
With a K. Don't forget about the K.
With the K. I'll get sued if you spell it with a C.
And Davey, how do people get a hold of you for Midday and for your band?
Midday Records, the Midday Social, and Satellites Fall are all on Facebook and Twitter.
And you guys are all Googleable, I would assume, right?
Very much
so. I'm just going to stop asking for, I'm so old school, and I still ask for websites. Why do I do that anymore? I'm just going to say Google these dudes.
We just came to terms that we're no longer doing you can find us at www.facebook.com/ like it's just ridiculous to get the full URL.
If someone wants to find you, for better or for worse, they can find you, right? Okay, thank you guys. George, thank you.
As always, thank you very much.
Each and every week on The Tony Jones Show. Don't forget that The Tony Jones Show is available via iTunes, so you got to check us out on the iTunes. I'm going to leave you with a little Soma Nova